The Senate has convened for a rare Saturday session on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers returned to the Capitol in an effort to come to terms on the roughly $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure plan. The weekend gathering signifies lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are closing in on the language of the deal. For more, Joseph Kane joins me now. He's a fellow at the Brookings Institute, specializing in infrastructure policy. Good to have you, Joseph. So this bill could be voted on in just a matter of days. How much do you think that this proposal would help revamp the nation's infrastructure in the coming years?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Lana. Look, nothing's finalized yet. There's still a lot up in the air. Long way to go before we get to the finish line. But $1.2 trillion over 5 years, almost half of that, $550 billion, is in new spending. So, in historical terms, we're talking New Deal era levels of spending. And this isn't just a roads and bridges plan. It invests in water infrastructure. It invests in energy infrastructure, broadband, electric vehicle chargers, many different types of built environment systems that are so essential to our economy and our environment. So there's still ways to go here, but potential transformative change for many places and people.
Well, a recent Brookings Institute survey that you worked on revealed that many regional leaders felt that federal funding priorities for infrastructure improvements are actually outdated. This includes funding for new construction and highways. What's driving this divide between federal and local governments?
Yeah, so we're still operating federally, I would argue, in a 1950s policy framework of just building a bunch of new stuff, new roads, expanding outward. But we're really in fundamentally a different era now, an era of repair and replacement, where a lot of the infrastructure that we built out over the latter half of the 20th century needs to be repaired. It needs to be replaced. It's not necessarily resilient to a changing environment and climate, technological innovation, economic equity concerns. And so that's especially true at a state and local level, which is where most of our infrastructure is owned and operated. And so we conducted a survey talking to transportation planners, water utilities, chambers of commerce, community organizations to really understand what do they need from this legislative push. And often the challenge is they know what they need, which is flexibility and direct support to address a lot of these maintenance needs, but they often don't get that from the federal government. So that's where the demand is.
So, yeah, Joseph, I wanted to ask you about that because if what they want is flexibility to address the needs that they know are more pressing locally, what role do local governments actually play in addressing the infrastructure needs within their communities?
They play a huge role. Again, they're the primary owners and operators. In terms of our public spending every year, a lot of people think the federal government is responsible for a lot of our spending, but actually the federal government's only responsible for about 25% of our public spending annually. And so when you think of our transportation departments, our water utilities in particular, but other built environment actors, a lot of this is happening on the ground all across the country. They've known the challenges for some time. They've had to wad up the chewing gum, put on the duct tape to keep everything together. They just haven't had the financial flexibility, the resources, the ability to really get ahead of a lot of these challenges. And so on a day-to-day basis, households, businesses, and others, these are the direct local actors we're often talking to, we're often receiving services from. And so giving them that flexibility and that certainty, I think, is so vitally important.
It's not comforting when you're looking at pictures of aging bridges and hearing about duct tape and bubble gum keeping it all together. But Joseph, you also worked on another Brookings Institute report that spelled out some changes that you believe should be made to rebuild the country during the climate change era. Tell us, is this bipartisan proposal addressing those issues?
It's a step in the right direction. When you think that for so long, we just haven't really acknowledged, I think, the magnitude and the urgency of this challenge, not just in the future as it relates to pollution and potential pollution, but also adaptation. I mean, right now we're seeing wildfires, droughts, freezes earlier this year in Texas, floods all across the country, and so these realities are gripping a lot of places now. They're leading to huge risks, huge costs, and so this legislation, I think, through various mechanisms, not just more money throwing at these different systems, but actually looking towards new types of energy upgrades, looking at replacing some of our older water systems, looking at EV charging stations, that these are incremental steps that are going to help us address some of these challenges. But obviously, this is just a bite out of the apple. We're not going to solve all of this just in the next 2 to 3 years. This is a challenge we're going to have to grapple with for decades to come.
All right, Joseph Kane, thank you.
Thank you.